Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
com.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Riff Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
What is up? Are you?
Hi.
There we go. What's up, guys? What's up, all you freaks out there? This is Ryan, and Rhonda will be here in a second, hopefully. Let me adjust the camera angle here. Boom. That's better. Not so all up in your face like I was earlier. So this is the Paranormal Free For All. We had a guest lined up. Well,
there
what's
I
up?
am.
There you are.
I was there, but my camera wasn't working. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. I saw a black square
Me
where your
too.
face was supposed to be. And I'm
That's
like, oh,
so
crap.
weird.
I do a Paranormal Free For All by myself.
No way. I wouldn't do that to you.
Nope. So, yeah, this is kind of an impromptu thing we have going on here.
I'm
'Cause
excited.
we did have a guest. Yeah. We've had, it's fun to be able to just sit here and chat.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that for a bit. RJ's behind me. He's a little hyped up right now. So now we've got Agatha here and Whitney Cavazzo hanging out with us tonight. Of course, Teresa.
Well, Teresa, if we had known, we would have invited you.
Well, I know. Well, now you know what? We are actually having Teresa come on the show in November or December.
Awesome.
So she will be joining us. We pretty much have the entire year
Yeah.
November 25th is when she's coming on the show.
Love it.
So we pretty much have the rest of the year mapped out
That's awesome.
for the show. So we have, and it's all really good guests.
Sketchy is spooky.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right,
Yay.
awesome. I knew I
It's
recognized
so
the
much
name from
fun with
somewhere.
you. Exactly, Nathan. I've had to tell Ryan this like repeatedly for the last few weeks. No crying about the heat.
Hey, I don't cry about it. I bitch and moan about it. There's a difference. I may whine about it, okay, but I've never cried about it.
He's whined a little bit. It was on the
I've whined
verge.
about it.
It was on the
And-
verge of a tear.
Yeah, we're
But it
pretty
didn't
close to it. Pretty close to it today. That's for sure. That is. I wonder what. See, I'm trying to, keep it PG rated while he's going up and down the hallway.
I got you. So we might get our word in a little bit.
Yeah, I found the words. Actually, found the words because I felt bad because I figured the females were feeling left out. So I found some
God.
slang words for the boobies. Not quite as funny as the as the ones.
I
for
bet
the
they're
females.
not. Because
No.
they've had multiple words for years, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Lois.
There's one for the downstairs word that that I saw. I'm like, I don't know if I can use this or not.
Was it that bad?
It's not. I mean, let me send it to you. I'm gonna write it to you, send it to you in the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
And you tell me if you think this is none of them are appropriate. So don't get it twisted. There it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I get why. If that one
everyone's so
word
sensitive
was
these
there,
days.
like if it was happy instead of what it's saying, yeah.
PG rated, right? Yeah.
We probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
We don't
I'm
wanna
over
get
here
canceled.
like censoring myself
You don't want
over
to be
here.
canceled and have to explain that to Howie.
Yeah. I don't want to
One
get
thing
flagged.
we said.
But yeah, I mean it's funny though.
it's
I mean it's true, and that's what I mean. It does. It's what it is. It is what it is. I guess
provokes happiness.
that's what we'll say it is. And you have to tune in next week to figure out what that word is. And luckily, next week we have Dana coming on to give tarot card readings, so she'll understand. I'll tell her
She
about
said,
it. So.
"Can't say it." That's because I don't know that we're allowed to say it. But is it a synonym? It's a synonym for happy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of been gone away from, and but people don't use that word for happy anymore,
Right.
You know,
it's in Christmas songs, right?
yeah, yeah, or even the Flintstones use it as a word. You know, we're acting like it's a bad word or something. It's not.
I know, but the recent climate of the world.
Yeah,
There's
having to
certain
like
things that are
say
just
stuff like unalive
happy
yourself.
words you should not say on social media.
Can you imagine like a
glory
person?
hole? Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, I've never heard of glory hole as meaning
Oh, I've
happy.
heard glory hole.
Well, I've heard glory hole. I just haven't heard of it, as a synonym for happy. That's
well,
man, I am so glory hole today. I can't believe it. It's just or a big glory hole birthday to you. Glory hole birthday. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh. Can you imagine like if you like a woke person tried to do like a EVP session? Person who can just like did they, them, he, her, she, them unalive themselves in this particular
How did
house?
you unalive yourself?
Like, what are you talking
How
about?
were you
What is
unalived?
What is this word?
Like Ben Stiller's last name on one of those movies. I can't remember what it was.
Yes. take the Lord off of it, and you know. Oh yeah, the first name actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. You can say that, Howie. Which I don't know that we should politically say what the word is.
It definitely has a double entendre.
Hey, John Sullivan. Hey, Michael Brooks and Kevin and Betgirl. Who else have we missed? Have I missed anybody else?
Let's see.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we got everybody in. Agatha's here.
Yeah.
So
y'all be warned. It's a free for all tonight. We don't know where this is going.
So I will have to say, this is a holiday that is near and dear to my heart. It is Happy Middle Child Day.
Okay.
That's me.
You're the middle child?
I am a middle child, yes.
Okay.
2 sisters, one older and one younger.
Oh, so you're middle child, but the only boy.
Yes.
So that's like my family. Well, at least for my dad, he had 3 kids, an older daughter, a middle son, and a younger daughter. And the middle son still got away with more than any of us because he was the only boy.
I think I'm not sure if I got away with more because I'm the only boy. I think they probably kept more of an eye on me than my 2 sisters. So yes, it is Middle Child Day. It is also. Did you realize when you woke up today that today wasn't just the 12th? Okay, not just the 12th of August. It is the glorious 12th.
It's the glorious 12th.
Glorious
is that what it's called? Glorious.
Yeah. You can't just say glorious. You got to do it. Glorious 12th of August. Yes, and it is the first day of red grouse hunting season, which I realize is a big holiday for a lot of people. Because I know
red grouse.
Red grouse.
Okay, so that's a bird, I believe.
It's a bird. It's a bird. And so I'm very happy if you got back from the field and you were back in time to watch the freaking awesome paranormal show on the glorious 12th.
Ooh. Kevin said he was going to say Happy Middle Finger Day. When is Happy Middle Finger Day?
I'm sure there is a day.
I'm looking.
Look it up. Middle Finger Day. As long as it's on Tuesday. Otherwise, you can't celebrate.
August 1st, we missed it.
August 1st?
World Middle Finger Day.
One of these days, August 1st will be on a Tuesday, and we'll be able to celebrate it.
August 1st,
Not anytime soon, because August 1st was on a
Friday.
Happy.
It's the world celebrates it. Because it's a universal sign, I believe.
I would have given multiple middle fingers on that day if I had known.
Yup.
Teresa has switched to the tube. PSI, Paranormal Spirit Investigations.
Stop it. Good Lordy.
I got Luna walking down the hallway.
Yeah, they're doing WrestleMania back here.
Kevin. Oh, the whole fucking crew's up in here.
Yeah, we got all the peeps.
So now it is time for us to
take
a trip to Educationville.
Okay.
We are going to expand your knowledge, expand your vocabulary a little bit. Now, this term is I think it's from the 1600s. It is a term for the word penis. Now, this is you can just understand what's going on when you hear this term. Okay. Silent flute.
That's one of the ones I liked.
Silent flute. Yeah. You can probably imagine the activity that's happening to make that. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Well, a long plum flute, long plum, silent flute.
Silent flute. I mean, that silent flute sounds makes more sense than the long plum, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. So Middle Finger Day will fall on Tuesday by 2028.
2028.
So you guys be here 3 years from now, and we'll have a Middle Finger Fest.
That girl said silent but deadly.
I mean, it could be. It very well could be.
Cody said, I heard the
Heard
wrong
part of this conversation.
You ready for
Yeah.
all I hear is penis. You heard the correct word.
The freaking awesome penis show. That's what this is. Yeah, you've really got to listen to the whole show to get, because you get certain parts of our conversation. They may be like, what the hell? But it all makes sense if you listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just educating you people.
I mean, we've got some creative phrases so far.
It's this thing. Back then, people used a lot of descriptive words.
They did. More so than we do, right?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine you're with a guy and he asks you if you want to see his silent flute. And you're like, why do you have a flute that doesn't make any noise? What is it broken? I don't get it.
Right?
Do you want to see my long form? Sure. Does it taste good? What kind of fruit is that?
Say you have to go to the bathroom and you're like, I'm gonna go take care of my silent flute.
Yes. You're like, you gotta go clean your instrument or something? No.
Like,
as a matter of fact, yes, I do. It's just they don't use those kinds of words anymore.
Oh gosh.
I love that show. Here's I saw. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work anymore.
That's what they have Viagra for. To fix your silent flute.
Broken flute.
Your broken flute. Going off the rails.
Of course we are. This is what you get on a free for all kind of evening.
Exactly. But these are questions that need to be answered or terms that need to be discussed. Yeah, why don't we talk?
Y'all are the ones taking it off the rails.
Yeah.
But I like it.
You have to blow on it, silly.
Blow on it, silly.
But you don't even blow.
Touche.
God. Oh yeah, the term for boobs, dairy farm.
Not incorrect.
Imagine a guy saying to you, "Hey baby, let me see your dairy farm." I'm like, I don't have a dairy farm.
My dairy farm doesn't fit in this bra.
Yeah, there are
dairy farm contest.
I like big dairy farms. They don't do. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's a very descriptive word, but it does fit. Definitely fits. So those are the
them others.
Yeah, say that to a girl.
Let me see them
she
others.
says
that might get you something thrown at you.
Yeah.
Cason.
Got milk. See, we're getting the conversation.
Off the rails.
Those are only headlights when they're turned on, though.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, they're cold.
There's so many. Oh, yeah, but
can crushers.
You say hand crushers?
Can crushers is what how about can holders?
Could
be.
Wow, I'm getting my
All right,
mind is
we got it
completely sidetracked here.
right now for a little bit.
Whew. Like ghosts? What are you talking about? Can crushers. I thought you just said hand crushers, like hand. I'm like, or
Tune in, Tokyo.
I can't even. Well, I can't odd, so it's all good. We are falling into like anarchy here. We are going completely crazy. The world is blowing up right now. That's why we need the cards.
All right, let me
straight.
let me just reel us in for at least a moment. We're gonna pull some cards.
Well, ooh, man nipples.
Oh my lord.
I got those.
Moobs.
Moobs. Speaking of Howie, join Howie now tomorrow morning on the What's Going Down podcast. Not that kind of down, the other kind. What's Going Down podcast, where we talk about everything and anything to do with the paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun at 11 o'clock in the morning. So get your day started off on the right foot with us, the Hitman and the Freak.
You know what? This falls in line with a card I saw my friend pull earlier today. So it really is, I think, something for the collective. And it's be who you are. So I forget what card she pulled, but it was along these same lines of not playing small, allowing yourself to be authentic and write your book to be like your story that you weren't told. Like you need to be the author of that. So be who you are. You're going to piss some people off. You're going to draw some people to you. You're going to lose people. You're going to keep people. But if you are truly your authentic self, 110%, the right people are going to find you. And you're going to find like you are in alignment with more things in your life than you've ever really been once you find that tribe. And honestly, I consider the ones here in this chat part of mine. You found us for a reason. We let our freak flag fly. Not fry. Fly.
We can fry it if we want to.
Well, we can fry it, but it wouldn't be very tasty.
No, I'm not very fond of fried.
I just want to go along with that since we're doing a free for all. So be yourself and ask the right questions, which really truly goes along with that. I think that's something we don't do for ourselves enough. Is like when we're feeling a certain way. This goes to agreements. Like agreements to me, we all have agreements that we made as part of our life because of things we were taught by our parents, the belief system that was instilled with us. Those are all called agreements, and they're agreements that we didn't necessarily agree to. It was agreements that were taught. So I think ask the right questions really goes along with being yourself. Because I think sometimes when we're feeling a certain way about something or conflicted because it's going in an opposite direction of what we normally would, we need to ask ourselves the right questions and say, well, I'm feeling weird about that, but is that something I used to believe or is it what I believe now? And that will help you, again, be your authentic self.
Yeah, I think it's hard to get out of your way sometimes when it comes to getting out of that box that you, I would say put yourself in, but you're kind of put in at an early age to believe certain things, and
right.
And even though you know that it's not true,
right? And even like you just said, the things you believe about yourself, like we've been told things even like in our formative years in school, like, oh well, you're not a good reader, or you're not good at writing, or like who says? That person said it, but doesn't mean it's real. So I think it's important to ask yourself the question, is that true or is that just what I was told?
Yeah. And if you were told enough things by authorities that you looked up to, whether it be parents or, teachers and stuff like that, it gets instilled in your head that the world is a certain way. And
yeah, Kevin, you just asked, all of these birds are phoenixes. All of them.
Yeah, exactly, Cody. We seem to be our own worst enemy. And that's true.
We are. And I believe people are getting more to that point, and I think we're seeing some of the younger generation do that, where they are kind of starting to, like, not everything I taught was true. But
Yeah.
I think some of us are now in our 40s and 50s and getting to that point where it's like, I'm not this, or I'm not that, or no, I don't believe that anymore. And I think that's another reason we're seeing the paranormal open up so much, is because people realize now we don't know. We don't know if there's a light you actually go to when you pass away. We don't know what's on the other side. We don't know anything. So I think that's now kind of saying, we don't know anything, so why isn't anything a possibility? And I think that's becoming more of the norm.
Yeah. I think the hard part for at least me is trusting yourself, as far as, people say, use your body or use your senses as for paranormal equipment. And it's like, for me, it's like, if I'm going into a house that I know is haunted, is it natural? I mean, if I know, am I giving myself these signals subconsciously without even realizing it, as opposed to going someplace where I have no idea and feeling a certain way? But then it's like, kind of dismiss it, like, okay, I don't know this place is haunted, so it's tough without having the information.
It's those preconceived
mess with your head a little bit.
Like, oh, I've heard this, so it must be true, or this is what I'm going to experience, and it's never that way.
We are a freaking awesome bunch here. You got that right. So how is this, your paranormal experience, since you started a few years ago at the cabin with Howie, right? How has it changed you personally? I know, like, as far as, like, be going on the team and stuff like that. But personally, how has it changed you, your outlook?
I really think I'm open now more to any possibility. As well as, I feel like I've always been a believer of the paranormal. So I feel like now I'm open to any possibility. Like, there is no reason it can't be something, because anything can be anything at this point, because I really believe we don't know. But at the same time, I do feel like I'm starting to, or feel like I'm leaning more on the scientific, in that even if we get something, I'm always like, well, let's try this, and could we try this? Can we add something to that and see if we get something else? Just for more validation. I think that's what I feel like I look for now. Like, we might get a hit on something in a paranormal investigation. I'm like, okay, so, like, for instance, we've done it with mirror scrying. I'm getting something with mirror scrying, and immediately I'm like, okay, we're getting experiences to this, right? Let's throw in somebody under Estes while we're doing it, and see if they're, like, giving responses that match to what somebody who is mirror scrying is getting. I feel like I'm also more open to trying things that before I might have been scared of. Like, for one, I would have never agreed to touch a Ouija board before I got into the paranormal, and before I got more educated. I would have never, John's working on tonight a pair of Delco goggles. I probably would have been like, oh, heck no, I'm not going to touch anything like that. And now I'm like, I realize how much of it's within our control, and everything's more about intention. I think before I didn't understand intention, and I thought it was all a free for all. But now I realize that some of it's in more control than we thought it was.
Everything that happens, there is a reason behind it. Everything that happens, there is a reason. We may not know what that reason is, and it may not be something that science can prove, like right now. But in the end, there's always a reason why something happens.
Right.
Cause and effect. Whether it be spiritual or, paranormal or whatever. It's all here. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's all part of our world. Paranormal, even different dimensions are all part of this world.
Right.
It's just we don't have the answers yet. And that's gonna be scary for people.
Yeah. I think
You
it
know?
is a little scary to realize we know nothing and there's a whole world. I think the only thing I can equate it to is people. I've heard a lot of people understand this analogy is like that we have not explored the ocean at any capacity, and we all know that for sure that there's uncharted waters underneath the surface that we have not made it to, and we do not know what's down there. I think we've all, not everybody, but if you've ever experienced being on a boat where you lose sight of land in the ocean, you realize there's shit under that boat bigger than that boat. And you don't necessarily know what it is. You don't know for sure if it's there. But we recognize that, I think that's the only thing I can really equate what people believe about the paranormal now. Because people understand that.
Yeah.
But with paranormal, it's kind of like, what, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the deeper you go, the harder it is to swim. But eventually you get used to it. But you obviously can't go super deep because if you're going to the ocean analogy.
We're implode or explode if we go too far.
Exactly.
Right? We don't even have equipment that can get us there.
Yeah. But you also have to know what you're dealing with. Or actually have to know that you don't know what you're dealing with. That's the problem is we don't know. And Cody said, is it okay or smart for someone to try and use a Ouija board? Robin is extremely interested in trying one. I mean, if you know what you're doing.
Like, I have not personally played with a Ouija board now since I was a kid, but I have worked with enough people that I feel comfortable that if I can talk to them, and one of them, we've got Sage Paracon here at Belgrove at the end of September. I'm going to ask, MJ uses them a lot, and I'm going to ask some questions, like what her recommendations are. Do I know for sure if what she's telling me, there couldn't be nuances to that maybe she doesn't know? I don't know, but I would feel better. I'm not scared to, because now I feel like it's just a tool. It's just a tool. And I feel like with any divination tool, anybody who's known me long notice that I'm starting to question some divination tools in the fact that I do believe the human experience can affect those more than we actually realize. But I also realize, depending on how you look at things, some of that is it a download coming to you from your subconscious, from your spirit guides and stuff? I don't know the answers to that. I personally have decided I'm staying away from them until I can work with somebody who can teach me proper etiquette with one.
It's hard to know for sure what is going on when someone else is using the Ouija board, because you're unless you're in control of yourself, I guess. It's even with the dowsing rods and stuff like that. It's tough to, unless you are in control of yourself. It's hard to know for sure
what's happening.
It's
because things like muscle twitches and things like that are a real thing, and it's so subconscious that you don't even realize you're doing it. So
Rhonda knows.
But that's why I'm not now scared of Ouija boards. I was scared to death. Do I think things can happen with a Ouija board that are unexplained and might be scary? Yes. But do I feel like now it's like this portal that I don't know, but I know I'm willing to try it now.
You hear stories.
Like goggles,
Yeah, I mean, you hear stories about people saying, "I used a Ouija board as a kid, and then all of a sudden, my house was attacked by a demon." And it makes you wonder why you don't get the same thing when people use dowsing rods, or either way, you're even having an EVP session, you're opening up a session. Maybe people don't close it,
right?
But I mean, you may go to do an EVP session at Belgrove or something, and then forget as you're walking out, forget to say goodbye or something like that. Does that mean there's going to be, an evil
Does that
presence
mean,
in
does
the
that
house
necessarily
because
automatically mean something's going to follow you home?
does it like if you saying goodbye, does that really stop the people from coming through? Is it like closing a door, or is it
Well, I
just something that
mean,
makes you feel better?
I can't speak from a Ouija board perspective, but I can speak from my own personal experience where, you know, generally speaking, when I leave an investigation, Belgrove or wherever, I'm kind of like, okay, y'all need to stay here. You know, don't come home with me. But I think Kim and I both have experienced that they're going to do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's important to clear yourself, clear your house, even once you get home. And especially it becomes too being in tune with yourself to know that something doesn't quite feel right. Or suddenly there's activity in your house. Because I believe all of us really, truly, we have loved ones. So I don't believe that there's any of us that don't have some sort of activity in our homes.
Well, I mean, there are times when my
You know what I
dog
mean?
yeah, there are times when my dog will start growling at me for no reason. I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? So I'm sure there's something there. You know, it just
Right.
feels like when you go to some place really dark or really has a lot of activity, you know, darker activity, it feels like there should be more to it than just saying stay here.
Right.
You know,
Right. I
like,
mean, I feel like we've all too, you know, you asked like what's grown since I've joined a paranormal team and I'm more in the paranormal. And I think I've heard Sean and Courtney and a lot of people say this. I know John Sullivan has said it as well. You become more in tune to your own body the more you do it.
mm-hmm.
And I will, anybody who says that your body is your best instrument on a paranormal investigation, 100%. I think it's the more you do it, the more things open for you. Because I truly believe we all have the clairs. I believe we're all sensitive. It's whether you tap into it or not. And I think the more you're in it, the more you start recognizing the cues.
Howie says, let me do Howie say because it's talking to you.
Um,
Rhonda, you can speak from the board, which I guess he says the witch board,
right.
but you don't remember for a reason.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's something that happened I don't remember for a reason,
Mhm.
but I think it's also because I didn't know what I was doing. And now my question is, I don't question did I imagine anything happen at all, but I think it's because I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the protocols. I didn't understand setting intentions ahead of time. It's the things I didn't understand that made things. I think a Ouija board, this is my personal opinion, everybody is entitled to it. I can only speak off what I've known and what I've gathered, is that your intention of what you want to do with the board, the intention of what you set when you go into a haunted location of who do you want to speak with. You know, like I will set the intention on a investigation that I only want to speak to those of the light, and I only want to speak to those. We only want to hear from spirits that have a story to tell and that we can help in this location. That way, you know, maybe we'll keep. Does it really work? I don't know, but it feels like it keeps me more centered, right?
Yeah. I mean, Howie's asking if we can experience paranormal PTSD.
Probably. Well, isn't that to some extent what a paranormal hangover is?
Could be. Yeah. I think maybe experience like what people went through when they
Right.
were having their
If you're an empath, you absolutely 100% can feel what somebody else felt. I think that's what it is. And I think it goes on cues on what you know. When I worked with Cindy Kaza and I took her paranormal class, one of the things she said was that sometimes when you walk into a location, because you feel icky and you feel like something's negative or you feel like there's something demonic there, it makes sense to always remove yourself for a little bit, walk back in and realize, is there something there that's triggering that feeling within you? Like, does that place remind you of something? Did something in that location happen that you are familiar with or has happened to you? So that sometimes when we feel the negative stuff, it's It's really our own triggers to something that's happened within ourselves. Can they affect our memory or thoughts? Well, we know they can affect our thoughts. We've seen that happen on investigations, and I don't know if that is them just try. I don't know if that's the way they communicate or not. For real, I mean, maybe they put a memory in our minds to help us kind of understand what the situation was. I know when we were doing mediumship, depending on which of your clairs is the strongest, sometimes they will show you something, a memory of your life, right? Of something that happened to you to help tell the spirit to tell the story of what they want to say. So you're like, oh, I was on a boat and it tipped over and I couldn't swim and I was really scared. So maybe that will lead you to understand that they had a great fear of water, right?
Yeah. I mean, you go to hear stories about people at the cabin who just get angry for no reason.
Right.
Or get sad whenever they walk in the front door of the brick rancher.
Right.
You know, when they were perfectly fine before. You know, it definitely can affect how you feel.
Yeah.
But getting back to what Cody was saying earlier, yeah, if you know what you're doing, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, saying goodbye is, you definitely do what you have to do, but there should be maybe a little bit more to it if you go to a more darker place, you know, as far as spiritual stuff, spiritual protection.
Correct.
But I would trust an EVP or trust physical evidence before I trust something that comes through on the Ouija board.
Right. Right.
You know?
Well, and I think that's the other thing. I think that's the key with all investigations, right? It's one thing for me if somebody's using a dowsing rod and we're asking questions and they're getting an answer through. It's another thing if they're using dowsing rods, getting that answer and somebody's under an SD session answering the same questions the same way.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time.
Yeah.
So
it's good to have backup.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for me, I believe in divination tools. I believe they can work. Do I believe that the human experience can affect them? Yes. Do I believe there's ways to shut out the human part of it? Yes. I do.
But you've got to be good at it, though.
Well, I mean, and you have to take the steps. So, say, do dowsing rods with noise canceling headphones on, and you're blindfolded. Do a Ouija board session. I heard. I didn't get to sit in on this. I heard that the Wraith Chasers did something similar to this at Belgrove, where they did noise canceling stuff while using a Ouija board. Was it noise canceling or blindfold? I don't remember which. Because I wasn't in there. I just heard it happen. So it's things like that when you're using something that has a human experience, kind of try to take the human factor out if you can. Or add something to it that's not a human factor and see if you're getting the same results.
It's all about trial and error when it comes to stuff. You just see what works for you. Speaking of EVPs.
Oh, yes. We need to go back to this.
Yes, we do. But as far as Cody's point, it is super exciting when you get an EVP.
Yes.
And that is, it's like almost like a high.
Yes.
Because, you know, I've got lots of EVPs, but every time I get a new one, it feels, I get that sense of adrenaline.
Same.
Like it's such a fun feeling.
Yep.
Getting when you get a good,
it blows your mind. You're like, what?
Exactly.
And you can't quit listening to it. You play it like 10 times, but yes.
Then you go back. Usually you get it like late at night and nobody else is awake and you want to call somebody up. Hey, listen to this. Like it's
Sean,
crazy.
yeah. Oh my God. All investigations drain me mentally and physically. And I'm not even going to lie about that. They do.
Because I think we have to be on point. You have to be super cognizant of everything that's going on around you. And that takes it reminds me of like you go on a long car trip and you're driving and you've got to be paying attention to everything around you. Pretty much the same thing when you're investigating. You've got to be cognizant of every noise, everything you see.
Yep.
And it can wear you out.
And you're doing that while usually in the dark, so you're removing one of your senses.
Yes. But even in dark, you're still straining to see stuff, a shadow and stuff like that.
You're
You know?
looking to try to find shadows. You're looking to try to find different things. So yeah.
But the only like sense you're not using is probably smell as much. But even then, if you smell something, but it's not something you really kind of trying to smell.
Right. We've had a lot of that, which is interesting. That clairgustance has come up a lot when we've been doing mirror scrying with groups recently. I've had a couple people that were sitting there scrying to actually say, like, I smell a bonfire, or I smell candy, or I smell chocolate. And none of the rest of us do, but so while they're doing that, they're picking up on some other sense popping through.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's sometimes you'll get smells that just pop up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. It's a clair.
Yeah. So talking about EVPs again. We one of our listeners, Robin.
Yep.
He pointed out that there is a singer named Young Blood who captured an EVP during one of his recording sessions.
Yep. And left it in the song.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip that Rhonda found, and we'll talk about it. Let's see. There it is. Share. All right. Let's see here.
Post on one of his songs. Listen to the end, you'll hear her.
Something fans might completely miss on the first
craziest,
listen.
spookiest story. In Idols Part 1, there's a ghost on the track. No cap, right? We recorded the album in a house that was an old foreman house in the Tetley Brewery, a beer brewery. The guy would run the factory's house, and his wife died there in like the 1700s, and there was a ghost called the Phantom, and she'd be at the top of the stairs about 2-3 a.m. And I don't mind the ghost, man, because I make friends with him. An unexplainable sound that was recorded on a guitar track that we didn't know. And now, man, that's unexplainable. What is that? And it just went.
That's crazy.
And we left it in there. So
cheers to the Phantom.
Cheers to the Phantom. Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
How
Play it again.
this artist actually got a ghost on one of his songs. Listen to the end, you'll hear her.
Something fans might completely miss on the first
the
listen.
Craziest, spookiest story. In Idols Part 1, there's a ghost on the track. No cap, right? We recorded the album in a house that was an old foreman house in the Tetley Brewery, a beer brewery. The guy would run the factory's house, and his wife died there in like the 1700s, and there was a ghost called the Phantom, and she'd be at the top of the stairs about 2-3 a.m. And I don't mind the ghost, man, because I make friends with him. An unexplainable sound that was recorded on a guitar track that we didn't know. And now, man, that's unexplainable. What is that? And it just went.
That's crazy.
And we left it in there. So
cheers to the Phantom.
Cheers to the Phantom. Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. If you listen to the song, there's nothing else in there like that. So it's pretty wild.
Pretty amazing stuff.
That's like the best EVP you could capture, and then you memorialize it.
Yeah, and it's the fact that it's the guy heard it. He was like, I'm just gonna keep it in there. And it is really cool when you get like clear EVPs like that.
Yep.
Very, very awesome. So yeah, no cap. Exactly, Cody. No cap. I have one from the 1900s. An EVP. What was that? What do you have from the 1900s? I want to know. What did Kristen say? She's replying to Kristen. What did Kristen say? that she's replying to?
I don't know.
Missed that part.
What did Kristen say?
Here's one that I captured that was pretty freaking clear. I'm gonna go ahead and share. Go ahead and go to here. This is actually from an investigation I did with Howie at Belnemus Plantation. Here we go. Share. This was in the main dining hall of the plantation house.
This way back now. I can get it.
We would have caught it. Yeah, I'd like to see that. We would have caught it in one of the other rooms too. No, there are later rooms.
I'll play it again.
We would have caught it. Yeah, I'd like to see that. We would have caught it in one of the other rooms too. No, there are later rooms.
So the funny part is, it sounds like there are kids in that EVP.
We would have caught it. Yeah, I'd like to see that. We would have caught it in one of the other rooms too. No, there are later rooms.
Could you guys hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Hear us because we're important.
Yeah.
We would have caught it.
So yeah, there were no kids with us during the investigation, but clear as day, you hear two kids talking, and it's so weird because it's like, think about it, you're getting these voices that of these people who aren't alive anymore,
right?
You know, it just doesn't make any sense. It just kind of just blows your mind. You try to think of like rational explanation, but it's just I can't hard to wrap your head around stuff like that. And it was, especially when you're taught a certain thing, and then you realize, hey, what we were taught isn't the way the world works. We don't know the way the world works. We like to think we do. We want to put things into a little bucket and be like, okay, this is how it works.
There's no buckets, and I think you get to a certain point where you realize that there is no story about a guy who walked through a portal or something and slipped into another timeline where Beatles are still a band and brought back a Beatles album that doesn't exist. I've not heard that.
That one. I think I mean, you hear these like time traveling stories, and we could go about that too. But
Howie's right. When we were doing shows at the cabin, we got so many EVPs while doing it that we weren't even intentionally doing it, and like equipment malfunctioning and things coming through microphones that weren't there that everybody could hear. It was wild. It was wild.
A bucket full of shit. Yeah. I mean, that's true.
This is
There
true.
are plenty of shit buckets around here for sure.
Yep.
But I'm thinking about, like, imagine we're in the room talking, they're at the dining room talking, setting up our equipment, and you have these kids, spirit ghosts, trying to communicate with us. They're trying to talk to us, saying, hear us. And who are those kids? What are their names? Where did they come from? Are they just visiting? Did they die there? It's
wild.
It's crazy. Now, do you find yourself do you find yourself looking up at the sky more often as far as looking for aliens and UFOs and stuff like, do you find yourself more aware of stuff like that now that you're in the paranormal?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Me too. I'll look up because it makes you wonder what else is there. I mean, really, what else is out there? I mean,
if we know for a fact there's stuff below us that we don't know what it is, why wouldn't there be things above us?
True. I was more thinking about stuff above us as far as aliens, but then you start thinking about, you hear stories like reptile people and people living in the middle of the earth, or people or there being like bases underwater.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not? It's just why close your mind? Why close your mind to the possibility of something like that being true?
Right.
Because if I can sit here, I guess if I can sit there in a room in a plantation in Powhatan and be talking to Howie and the little kids that I can't see, obviously conscious, they have a mind, they understand what's going on. It's not residual. They're trying to talk to us. Why can't there be an alien in another dimension, or Bigfoot being dimensional, or
right. Right.
It's all, anything's possible.
Well, that's what Cody just said. When I do my nightly things, I always look up for a UFO. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see Bigfoot too. But you know what? I want to see Bigfoot, but I swear I wouldn't tell anybody, and I wouldn't take pictures, and it would just have to be my thing. I think as much notoriety as you would get for that, I would hate to see what would happen to him.
I wonder.
I
mean, if you see a Bigfoot, like you see a Bigfoot in the woods in like Washington State, you're going camping and you walk and Bigfoot walks upon you and you say, I saw Bigfoot. There's no way if someone goes the exact same spot, they're going to be seeing Bigfoot.
Right.
And I'm wondering if maybe sometimes when you see, this might be stupid point.
There is no stupid.
We're all about, if anyone's seen Bigfoot's ghost.
I mean, maybe we are.
Yeah.
Maybe it's really something from another time, and it's just a ghost of what was.
I mean,
like Neanderthal man, right?
Yeah. Anything's possible. It's just the fact that they're so hard to see, and so they disappear so fast. And sometimes they hear stories of them like just, you didn't hear any noise, they just disappeared.
Right.
Are they going into another dimension, or are they spirits?
I mean, I've even wondered if it was like, when you talk about crazy talk, we can talk crazy talk. I've wondered who's like, we've all seen the horror movies like Wrong Turn and The Hills Have Eyes. Who's to say it's not some human culture
inbred
that's just they've got deformities, or they've got, because of how they've lived a hard life, they just haven't evolved the way we are. Maybe they're no different than us. And maybe their size has to do with the fact that they're living out in the elements. I mean, we don't know. Maybe it's not as miraculous as we think. I mean, you have to be open to all possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was an Expedition X, the show with Josh Gates that actually did a show on the hill people, and those are like deliverance type people, I mean, I think the stuff the people they're seeing like in Washington or the Bigfoot, I think because those have more ape like features than the hill people do.
Supposedly we did too.
Yeah.
At some point in time. I don't know.
Let's see. It's hard to believe that they just made these things up. And they were more in touch with the nature anyway, because they were in it like all the time.
Yes.
They were part of it. We have gotten away from that.
Well, yeah. Because if you look at Native Americans, you're looking technically at shamanism, who believes that we are all one, that everything is energy and everything is a living creature. Everything. A rock is living.
We're all connected. Yeah.
Yep.
But we've separated ourselves from that. We put ourselves rightly or wrongly put ourselves on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Above it all, when we should be bringing ourselves back down a little bit. What if Bigfoot is an alien?
True. We don't know. It could be. That would even make more sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, because there are people talking about there being alien spacecrafts when there are Bigfoot sightings, and it could very well be when we see 3 in country growing up the way we're moving. They were moving behind the wheat leaves. We're like time slipping and seen on hot sunny days. I mean,
another common thing. Yeah.
Yeah. There is so many different types, probably of, different like species, different like, types of cryptids out there that we don't even talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like the idea of us not knowing what they are, or because it takes them if I knew what Bigfoot was, or if I came across a Bigfoot camp or whatever, and they let me in, like, oh, well, all right, well, this is what they are. They just become another species.
But like, isn't it like kind of like all folklore and legend, like depending? I mean, I know we talked about around Christmas time about the different folklores and things that are like cryptids and what they, are told stories. Like a lot of this stuff, even the cryptids were believed to be stories to scare children so they wouldn't be wanting to play at night and all of this stuff. But then you wonder, like, wouldn't there be an ounce of truth to this that made the parents come up with it?
Yeah. I mean,
something that they believed in it.
Every story has a little bit of truth.
Exactly.
Truth to it. So some tribes look at Bigfoot at the land as a land. I have Native friends who believe in that, and they call him Big Brother. There you go.
Correct.
Protecting the land.
Yeah.
Again, but that goes back to
the natives, and that everything is connected. We are all one. Everything is living.
Yeah. In the
land.
I try to go outside and walk around and be connected.
Yep. Everything has soul and spirit. Yep.
You really got to go out there more than just like once or twice a week, and try not to, and try to focus on being connected to the nature and not worry about the mosquitoes and complain about it like I would be.
Right.
It can't be connected just in the fall.
No.
Very connected.
Well, there's even things to be connected in the summer, like the heat and the bugs and the different things that only come out at that time. They've all got something for us, right?
Shoot, I don't know what mosquitoes have for us, except being a pain in my behind.
Well, they're food for like some birds and stuff, and some animals, though, right?
Well, fine, they can be food for birds. Just don't bother me. That's all I care about. You want to feed the birds? Go ahead, feed the birds. Just don't feed on my blood. Wow, this hour has gone by.
Yes, it has.
Super duper fast. Which they usually do. I'll bet mosquitoes are big and ridiculous here in Minnesota.
Yeah, they're on steroids this year.
God, they're big. I thought they were big and ridiculous down here.
Yeah, they're relentless.
Yeah, terrible. You know what is not terrible? Having Dana Marie Vollmer back on the show next
terrible.
Week. Never terrible, guys. Do you want your tarot cards read next week? Join us next week. We have Dana Marie Vollmer back on the show. Going to be do tarot card readings. That's going to be fun. And then after that, the week after that, we've got Kimberly Sage.
I might know her
on the show. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's
a pretty cool chick.
Then on September 2nd, which I can't believe already, we're into freaking September. We've got Broken Wings Paranormal.
Wow.
Yeah. So take these broken wings, Paranormal. Oh, look at Waltzes with Ghosts. She's my friend on Instagram.
Oh, nice to have you join us. Welcome in.
Yes, welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And we've got Jurassic Park besides mosquitoes.
It's crazy
down here, like fucking pterodactyls.
It would bite the palm of my hand when I was outside one night. I was like, really?
That's so annoying too. Trying to scratch the palm of your hand. Wish I could see you guys tonight. You know what? You should come join us next week, Whitney, and get your tarot cards read.
Tarot cards read.
We will be doing that next week. Anybody, come get your any questions for Dana. You know, if you want to see what's going on, she usually does a general reading, and of course you have a specific question. Of course, she'll do her best to help you out with that.
Yeah.
But we don't end until every person has been read. So we are here for the long haul.
That's right.
So, guys, this was a fun conversation.
Yeah, we need to do this more often. This was fun.
Thank you so much. We'll probably have to start to probably put those in at least once a month.
Yeah.
We start getting into next year, because I pretty much have every day filled out.
Yeah, this was fun. It's good to get to interact with everybody and see their questions and their thoughts on things. This was fun.
Yes, this show is nothing without you guys. So we
absolutely
completely appreciate you guys coming on here and joining us. You know what we forgot to do?
What?
The freaking awesome playlist.
Oh.
So I got Howie's song. Can we go ahead and give his is the Human League? Don't you want me, baby?
Okay. What's yours?
And God, I'm gonna go. Shoot. I'm gonna go for Enya Wild Child. Because that's the first thing
and I was actually today listening to Stone in Love by Journey. So
guys, we do listen to those awesome songs. Go back and listen to our the freaking awesome playlist on Sunday. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But guys, thank you again so much. And we will be back here with Dana Marie Vollmer for her tarot card readings. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Have a good one.
Bye, y'all. Bye.